All right. Hello, everyone. Today's the day we've been waiting for, the day we take the masking tape off of our paper to reveal the trees. Now, it might be a little tricky to find it because we have so much paint on there. So we're just going to have to kind of feel around and guess. You can kind of see some of it, but it is so satisfying to take this tape off. And as you can see, the trees are starting to show up, and they're brown because that's the color of the paper. I'm not going to take all of them off because it would take too long. But I'm going to take a couple of them off, and as you can see, there's my horizon line, which I drew in pencil, which is great because now I'll be able to erase it quite easily. Let me take off one of my bigger trees too. So satisfying. Just pulling this tape right off. Sometimes it's tricky to be real careful not to rip your paper. That's the only thing. Where you overlap, you'll be able to see that. And if you want to make a tape ball out of it, you are definitely welcome to do that. Here it comes. Look at that. Wow. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Like I said, I'm not going to take it all off, but I'm just going to take some of it off. There's another tree over here. That's why it's kind of crossed like that. All right. So I took it off of 2 trees so far, and I do have many more than 2 trees. So I'm just going to stop there so I can show you what we're going to do with it. First thing we're going to do is you're going to see the horizon line that we drew originally before we put the tape on. In that area, we're going to actually erase it. We don't need to have a pencil line in the middle to show the horizon line through the tree. That's just not necessary. All right, so tempting to keep on going. But I'm going to have to do this after I shut the camera off. So then after you have all of the tape removed from all of the trees, what you're going to do is you're going to use black Sharpie to add some detail lines. So the detail lines we can add will be, you can use thick Sharpie, a thin Sharpie, whatever you feel comfortable with. You're going to add some, if you want, you can just add some lines to it, just to give it some, like a barkish kind of look. I'm going to just do some lines like that. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You can use whatever design work you like. I kind of like a pattern like this. It kind of has a barkish look. It's just kind of like some lines that go down, and then around the side where it's going to be a little bit, I want a little bit darker around the side so it looks 3D. So that's the trick to making it look 3D. If you don't want to outline the edges per se, but if you just like hit them a little bit harder with a little bit more lines and maybe even a little bit of roundedness on the edges, it gives it a little bit more of a rounded look, which kind of looks great. Oh, I didn't erase that one. And I'm not just going to do it on the trunk, I'm going to do it on the branches as well. I don't want you to just color them in either. That's the other thing. You want to kind of give it a little bit of a texture. Texture is really important in art. It is the quality of the way something feels that you want to impress upon your viewer, so they can say, hey, that is one cool, realistic looking tree that she's got there. All right, and you can keep on going. I would probably stop there. I don't want to add too much. I think good idea is to know when to stop. If you add too much, it's just not going to look well. All right, let me just finish this tree here because I didn't finish taking the tape off of that one. There we go. And there's another one there. Look at that. Yeah, I can keep on going, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to do today. So this is what it will look like today. Just a few little hatch marks, we call them. It's called hatch and cross hatch. A cross hatch means you're going across the lines and kind of makes almost like plus signs. A hatch mark is generally just a short line that shows that type of texture. And we're going to just keep on going until we have looking a little bit more like a tree and less like a just brownish kind of figure there. So this was one of the ones that are closer. That was one of the middle ones, and this was one of the ones that were further in the back. And after we have this done, next week we will be able to add our fallen leaves to make it into an autumn picture, and then we will be done. Some people like to do maybe a, one of those round holes in the middle. You can do that too if you like. You might not want to do it on every tree, but maybe one tree might look nice with it on it. Hatch, and then I put a few little cross hatches, rounded style, not like a loop, but just slightly rounded to give it the impression that these trees are 3D. Okay, and that's all we're going to do today. You're going to remove the rest of the tape, draw in the details, and watch the magic happen.